I'm Nigel Barden, a food and drink journalist and broadcaster who likes to cook. I'm not in charge of a restaurant kitchen or run a gastropub, but I do discover dishes that are easy to prepare. And for me, it's all about the ingredients, as I love to champion artisan food and drink producers and tell their stories. So welcome to my Drivetime Dishes. The not so humble cauliflower. I recently did cauliflower steaks, very on trend at the moment. Vhari Russell, of course, food and drink guru, marketeer, food marketeer to the stars. But cauliflower, we've got brilliant cauliflower in Britain, but probably we don't really appreciate it enough.
I only ever remember it as cauliflower cheese. Family staple on it with a Sunday lunch. But Harry's recipe looks and smells amazing.
Vhari Ghotra. Actually, get it right, Vhari Ghotra. Interesting because the mum and dad from the Punjab came over in the 60s. She was born and bred in Wolverhampton, but she says she does have memories of going to visit in India with huge, great pots, which will be slow cookers, because this is all from her, the Easy Indian Slow Cooker Cookbook.
Yeah.
It really rushes off the tongue. And there you go, Harry. But it's a great book. But what's nice in it is that it's not only slow cooking in a slow cooker, but also, as in this case, we've got an oven baked version. But it's a beautiful book. Vivek Singh, who's a great author from the and chef from the Cinnamon Club, has done the forward to it. And anyone, if he's involved, that'll do for me. But she also has her own following website, harigotra.co.uk, which is enormous. It's the most followed Indian cookery site in the UK, and she's great. A lot of fun with it as well. But what I love about this dish, and we're going to go for the fully vegan version because the ghee, clarified butter, is in there, but you can have a vegetable oil with it. We've gone with British rapeseed oil, hurrah, we've got fantastic rapeseed oil. And then some other great ingredients. We've got cashew
this
nuts,
looks beautiful.
Yeah, which are basically soaked for a few hours in water just to soften them up. Turmeric, which is incredibly trendy and good for you at the moment. When I was first turned onto it, there were parts of India where the turmeric is huge in the diet and was a low incidence of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, so I immediately thought that'll do for me. And I have it, if I don't eat it in a dish, I'll have it in pill form. I used to have it in a liquid form, but it stained my teeth, so I look like Gandalf after a bad weekend. But so now I just take it in a pill form, and it's great. But also within there we've got chili powder, paprika, methi, fenugreek as well, seeds, coriander seeds, and also an ingredient that Harry uses quite a lot is Kashmiri red chilli, which is brilliantly, vibrantly red, but also quite fiery. So don't worry if it's too hot, just use a bit more paprika. And paprika comes in sweet, dolce, normally versions because it's originally associated with Italy and Spain, but then there can be hot versions as well.
And where would you recommend buying spices from? Because obviously many of us just go to the supermarket and there is a much greater range now than there ever was, but where do you buy your spices?
Well, being a northern boy, I like to buy in bulk, particularly things like coriander seeds, which I use a lot of. I quite like pestle and mortaring them. It takes, beats, beating myself up and take it out on the pestle and mortar. So, but I go to Indian supermarkets, of which we're blessed in the UK, because they're really good value. The key is to store them in airtight containers and they'll last a lot longer. But this dish is really all about those great spice mixes as well. And also Hari does her own spice blends. This is Habuna, but I know she does quite a few different ones.
There's a whole range, yeah.
And garam masala, which is the ultimate. Every Indian family will have their own garam masala spice mix version, and it's a closely guarded secret. But we've got one. Harry's kindly shared her family one, and it's online as well. So Simply Good Food TV. Check it out online because all the recipes are going to be there as well. And then alongside, we've got some fresh ingredients, which are call them Spanish onions. Red onions are actually, but these are British red onions with some green chili as well. Hurrah! Tomatoes, bit of ginger. Again, much used in Indian cuisine, and garlic as well. And then the fantastic cauliflower. This is from Eden Valley. It's from Lancashire, the Fylde Coast. Great area, very brilliant alluvial, fertile soils, perfect for growing collies. And you can't beat a good brassica, can you, Vhari? That's what I've always said. And we've got two great dishes to go with it. Drinks. One alcoholic, one not. It's a IPA, India Pale Ale from Scotland, from Glasgow, and then we've got an interesting, it's a ginger and lime drink. So let's
Sounds
find
delicious.
out, Vhari, how we're going to cook it.
Well, let's follow the instructions.
We will. It's quite bossy. To make Harry Ghotra's gobi massallum, also known as whole roasted cauliflower with cashew sauce, you'll need 1 red onion, a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 tomatoes, 1 fresh green chilli, 5 tablespoons of raw cashew nuts, which have been soaked in water for 2 hours and drained, 1 large head of cauliflower, 2 tablespoons of ghee, clarified butter or rapeseed oil, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chilli powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 2/3 of a cup, about 160 millilitres of hot water, 1 tablespoon of dried fenugreek leaves, and a handful of fresh coriander leaves. Like many of Vhari's recipes, you could make this in either a slow cooker or in a standard oven. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees C or gas mark 4. I parboiled the cauliflower head and then baked it in the oven with the spiced blended cashew paste, but you can also do this in a slow cooker. To make the paste, chop the onions, garlic, ginger, tomatoes and green chilli and saute them for about 10 minutes. Add the ground spices and the soaked drained cashew nuts and then blend until you get a rough paste. Pour the paste over the cauliflower head and then oven bake until cooked. You can check it's ready by using a sharp knife, which should just slide smoothly into the centre of the cauliflower head when it's fully cooked. So here we have it. This is the oven roasted whole cauliflower. It smells stunning. Could be done in the slow cooker as well, because that's what Vhari Ghotra's book's all about, slow cooking. Vhari, it does smell
amazing. It does look slightly like it should be on Doctor Who, but it smells awesome.
This could be a Doctor Who enemy, baddie, but
thankfully it's not.
No, it smells gorgeous as well. If you were going to go down the carnivorous route, you could probably have it with chicken. It would actually be quite good with a white fleshy fish, such as hake or cod, obviously, or haddock. That would work really well. So would the sauce as well. That's that lovely creamy cashew sauce. Once you've chopped it up, I'm going to very manfully tear up some coriander.
So I'm on chopping duty.
Yes, please,
okay.
if that's all right.
No pressure.
But no, it'd be great, and quite a big slice for me, thank you. And I can, while we're talking about that, Vhari grew up in Wolverhampton, and I've paired an interesting IPA.
Amazing.
It does. Okay, and you can just see where all the spices have started to work their way through. It looks like a tree of life.
It does.
Of there, but it's cauliflower.
So how much of the tree of life are you going to have?
I'll leave it to you. Leave it to you. But bite-sized mouthfuls, otherwise I'll end up wearing it. And this is quite an interesting beer. I know you love the branding on this one. This is Chimera or Chimera, but Chimera I think it's pronunciation Chimera, India Pale Ale. But Chimera is a Greek mythological creature with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. It's got all of that here. It says a lot about Scott Williams, the brewer who set up the Drygate Brewery right in the middle of Glasgow. It's one of the venues for Celtic connections. And I know you love. I love the branding.
Tin, I absolutely do, and it's really nice to see that on cans now. You go into the supermarket or the off license or wherever you buy your beer and alcohol from, and it's your eyes have got a feast of different designs, and it's really nice to see that coming through from a whole wealth of different designers getting the opportunity. For sure. And what's good in your marketeer's head, and what's good about this, I'm just going to manfully... You're doing the coriander.
That's it. I wash my hands, by the way.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Yeah, that is. There you go. And with all these herbs, big tip is don't over chop them. Just tear them all up. That's really important. Because otherwise, the essential oils that come out, you lose those. Don't over. I see people chopping away hard. Don't do that.
Just rip and go.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So this...
I'm going to try some. This
brewery, very interesting, right in the heart of Glasgow, was a 1960s cardboard box factory that was derelict, and Scott Williams took it over, and now it's got a bar in there, and as I say, Celtic Connections, which we've been doing in tandem with the BBC, doing live shows from there, and it's one of the venues that happen all over Glasgow as well. And this has got mosaic and cascade hops in it, so that should give it that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, 5.9%. That gives it that citrusy notes as well, that type of grapefruity slightly blood orange, but it's big enough to stand up to the spices that go with this slow roasted cauliflower.
And the cauliflower is lovely, really, really nice. Such a refreshing change from my family staple of cauliflower cheese.
Well, good. All right, this is like a fruity, zesty butterscotch almost, but really punchy. And that's, we wouldn't drink too much of it. It's not a session beer, but it's certainly one to go with food. And the joy nowadays is that brewers have got a great plethora of flavours available to them and styles. So a lot of these are aimed to be drunk with food as well.
Yeah, no, it's a really lovely pairing with the cauliflower.
And we were down to 70 odd breweries in the early 70s, which is why Chimera was formed, the campaign for real ale. And now we're up to nearly 2,500. So that's the reason. And it's great that we've taken the lead from the great Belgian brewers and the Americans. And we've got marvellous...
It's great. You see so many brewers. I live near Cambridge, and there's lots of a street food scene. It's great to see the beers available from the food trucks.
Yeah, I was one of the judges for BBC Food and Farming Awards for street food, and what a plethora of a fantastic taste. Anything reflects the cosmopolitan nature of cuisine in the UK now. It's street food, and how lucky we are to have all these different influences. This is a really good example. It's Ceiba, Ceiba, but actually it's pronounced Ceiba. It's the tree of life, center of the universe, sacred tree in Mayan culture, Mexican. And the reason about this, because Ramon Levy Vassi was a former Mexican boxer and model, as you do, and he's produced this, and it's infused with cinnamon as well. It's really clever. There's agave syrup in there, there's lime juice and ginger, and a little bit of lemon juice.
Refreshing. Really
refreshing. And again, big enough why I chose it to cut through.
But the cinnamon comes through, it's not overpowering, it's so well balanced.
Yeah, but gosh, that's complex. And not at all sugary, which is great. Again, that big move at the moment.
The no sugar.
Grown-up adult soft drinks. And
you don't want to have all that sugar in your drink. You want to have a drink that is rounded and delivers the flavour and complements the food that you're going to eat.
Yeah. So 2 interesting drinks, both plenty going on, but not too big to overpower this fantastic whole head of slow roasted cauliflower from Vhari Ghotra. Thank you very much. Do check her out as well on her website, because she's big in the UK on Indian cuisine. She's very talented and good fun with it. Definitely. Hey, let's come back for more. Before too long, we're going to be highlighting great chefs, great cookery books, magnificent ingredients, and of course alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks to go with it. So breathe deep and let's tuck in.
Yeah,
Hurrah.
cheers.
Thank you. That's good, baby.